Good morning, I'm Mai Rodriguez. Welcome to Pathways to Success, where we turn the spotlight on the heroes of the Philippine economy, our micro, small, and medium enterprises. We follow their inspiring journey and give great insight on what it takes to scale up their business. The food franchising industry is filled with opportunities. As consumer preferences evolve and new trends emerge, businesses must adapt quickly to stay relevant. Today, we're diving into the journey of a company that's stepping up and meeting the challenges head on. Global Taste Corporation isn't just another name in the food franchising game. They're taking their innovative concepts global, all while keeping local tastes in mind. So what's their secret to standing out in such a crowded market? We are about to find out. Joining us in the studio is the Chief Growth Officer of Global Taste Corporation, Jojo Ajero. Jojo, welcome to the show. Tell us first about Global First Corporation. What brands do you carry?
Okay, we have B1T1 coffee and Tami frozen yogurt. And we have other brands in the pipeline, but for now, that's what we're pushing.
Well, tell us about B1T1 coffee and also the frozen yogurt. What is it all about? What's the concept behind these brands?
Okay, B1T1 coffee, the funny thing about this is it relates both to me, my daughter, my friends. Essentially, you spend a lot of money on coffee every month because you want that kicker, obviously. You want that quality. But as you've seen so far, all of these companies, these brands are charging you an arm and a leg. We experience it from my perspective. I'm spending around 15,000 on coffee every month. My partner, our chairman and president, was also spending that much. So we decided, no, I think we should really provide the same quality of coffee at a lower price because Filipinos need to have the same quality, the same badge value, if you may call it that, at a lower price because we can deliver that.
Tell us about your price point and how did you determine that?
Our coffee is 48 pesos only, but you'll get the same quality coffee, premium coffee, and it's basically low acidity. But you get the same quality.
It's more than half the price of what's out there.
Yeah, you save around 70%. Save around 70% on your coffee. So whatever you save, you can spend it on something else.
Okay. Now, as Chief Growth Officer, can you tell us about the company's vision and goals?
Okay, so every company has lofty goals, and we're not that different. How we're different is the way we approach it. We've run this before. We've grown brands before, and this is the way. Just changing part of the game, the categories, and aggressively pushing for more ways to innovate.
You're in the business of growing brands. Tell us about your founder, your team, and their expertise.
Okay, our founder, our president and chairman, J.M. Chu, is a young and aggressive entrepreneur. He has a knack for spotting opportunities and going at it full speed. Now, the core team, what's fantastic about the core team, myself, Marvin Da Silva, John De La Rosa, we have abilities that contribute to pushing and rapidly scaling brands. Marvin Da Silva was the international franchise director of Potato Corner. He brought Potato Corner to a lot of countries. Okay, so he brought it internationally. Aside from Potato Corner, he also handled Shakey's. Me, on the other hand, I was with Chowking. I was with Shakey's with Chowking. I helped grow the brand from 180 million to 11 billion. So on the marketing side, on the business development side, that was what I did. And I also consulted for a lot of other brands. Now, combining our systems, financial control systems, that's what John does. It helps brands grow vertically, meaning average daily sales per store, and grow horizontally. We find locations as well for brands. at a in a profitable way by putting in the systems that extract control from every angle. Okay, so that's what we do. And JM's ideas and our abilities combined together helps us scale better.
Yes. So you have a team of experts in marketing, in finance, and your company is a fresh face in the food franchising scene. How is the growth so far?
We might be a fresh face as a corporation, but the guys behind it are basically veterans. So it's not we've been there, we've done that, and it's more of spotting all these these opportunities in every country that we scan, whether it's a replicator model or we develop new brands or new products for them. It is just a matter of doing the research.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's go back to your flagship brands, B1 T1 Coffee and Tami Frozen Yogurt. These were launched back in 2022, even before the corporation was established. So let's start with B1 T1 Coffee. Aside from a low price point, making it affordable for consumers, what trends or consumer needs were you aiming to address when you launched this?
Again, with B1 T1 Coffee, it was about understanding the pain point. When we take a look at the market, you don't focus on our product. We're not in love with our product. We're more in love with the problems of consumers. We focus on the problem, not our product. So if there's a pain point.
And what problems did you notice?
It was mainly overspending on coffee.
Yes.
Or spending money. So again, use that budget somewhere else, but don't spend it on coffee. And you have the same quality anyway. But for Tami, we see the shift from yes, you want to indulge on ice cream, gelato, or other desserts, but there's this pain point. It makes you fat. It makes you fat. Ice cream and gelato.
Lots of sugar
and lots
for
of sugar,
ice
right?
cream. Now,
Yeah.
I'm noticing consumers, Pinoys, for example,
Are shifting
gravitate
to-
towards frozen yogurt now.
Yeah, they are. And actually, we have franchisees who are former beauty queens who are licensing our brand.
Okay, so
They
is
want-
it coming from more of a health standpoint?
We tweaked the flavor profile and adjusted it to the Filipino taste. That was the first thing that we did. The second thing that we tried to understand was the toppings, the fruits of flavors, and the actual benefit of frozen yogurt. Because frozen yogurt is high in protein, high in calcium. It's indulgent as well, but lesser fat than other desserts.
Yes, okay. It's a healthy snack. We would
It is,
like to
it is.
think it's a more healthier alternative. Okay, going back to your launch after the pandemic. It must have brought, certain challenges, unique challenges. How did that shape your approach to connecting with your customers?
Filipinos are more practical. They're more pragmatic now. And when we we did a lot of research. What's funny about this is, after the pandemic, the Filipinos fell back to their regular habit of, okay, it's payday, I spend 300, actually, during payday, they spend around 500 pesos on meals, on eating out. If it's semi-payday, meaning 3 days after payday, they spend around 350. Then normal days, they spend around 150. If it's Pecha de Peligro, so $50 na lang. So we have a range of product lines that can cover all those particular scenarios or situations. So if it's even Pecha de Peligro for call center agents, they can still avail of our product line.
There are still products that they could get from you. Okay, what are the next steps now to make a mark in the industry?
It's mainly about going international. The plans are here. What's funny about the business is that we've been only at it for 2 years. Started 2022, 2024, but we already have 50 stores for both brands.
Impressive growth.
Then soon to open stores, around 40, 45 stores in just 2 years. So, okay, there's the market is moving at a fast pace, but internationally, it's even faster.
Yeah.
It's even faster. We've already done some research on several countries. And Asian countries, there's one particular Asian country where this concept opened 50 stores in just 2 months because of the population density, the urbanization levels of this country, and we plan to take that country. And
so you
other
recognize
countries.
this is really the next big step going international for you.
Yeah.
We're getting to know Global Taste Corporation and their business strategy. We will just take a quick break. When we return, we will explore how they tailor strategies for different markets. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Pathways to Success. If you've just tuned in, we have with us Jojo Ajero, Chief Growth Officer of Global Taste Corporation. Now, Jojo, the company focuses on creating tailored brand concepts for different markets. How do you develop these concepts?
First of all, it's not just about the products. Most of the time, businesses start with getting excited about their own product and pushing it to the market. That's why 90% of businesses fail after a certain number of years. Well, again, what I said earlier was that we were more focused on pain points, underserved markets, problems that people thought could not be solved. Okay. In this case, on the retail brand side, we focus on the underserved markets. We focus on overshot markets or undershot markets or non-consumers. The way to grow businesses would be, you take a look at, okay, these are my users, but I'm taking a look at non-users. Why are they not using my product? Why are they not using the category? So we try to understand why and why and why. And if for the users, on the other hand, we take a look at what's missing, what's annoying, what's disappointing, what's irritating about the category and the brands in that category. And it's like a pail of water. You put in water in it, and it's a leaky bucket.
Yeah.
So even if you
try to
start
find out where the
marketing,
leaks are.
Yes.
Okay.
And the leaks are basically what's missing, annoying, what's disappointing, what's irritating about it.
Okay, of course, for any company, for any business, you want to resonate with local consumers, right? So what research or feedback do you rely on to ensure that these concepts do exactly just that?
We do deep qualitatives, of course, aside from consumer surveys. But the deep qualitatives, we try to understand mainly not just the knowledge. Sometimes it's not just about a knowledge deficit. It's a behavior deficit. You may have a good product, you may have a good brand, but the behavior is not going straight to purchase. So we try to understand, let's say, to change behavior, you have to understand access, you have to understand motivation, you have to understand the triggers. So all 3 points, if they're high, that's the only time you can make a consumer purchase your brand.
Okay, you have 4 key brand positioning points, and these are convenience, price, experience, and range.
Yeah.
Tell us, Jojo, how do these influence your product development and consumer engagement?
Okay. Again, you take a look at the consumer, what situation they're in. Those are what you mentioned was 4 main positioning points for a retail brand. Again, I can be if my consumer is cash rich but time poor, I would create a convenience brand. If my consumer wanted to have a better experience, I would create an experience brand. If let's say I would take a look at all the other concepts like a Japanese restaurant, carve out a particular category or a part of the menu and expand the menu in such a way that these guys have something that has not been experienced before. So that's where your range concept comes in. So we could try to create products that are new to the category.
Yeah. Give us an example of these products that you have.
For example, again, the B1T1 coffee is mainly on the price side. It's combining convenience, yes, because of the access.
Yeah.
But the pricing, meaning for 48 pesos, and add 20, you get upgraded from 16 ounce to 20 ounces. That's a bargain brand, what you call. Under the price, it's called a bargain brand. Why? You get the same quality for a lower price. So that's what you get, a bargain brand positioning.
Yeah. For an experienced brand, what does Global Taste Corporation have for that?
We are creating new concepts. We are creating new concepts for that particular positioning, that particular retail brand positioning. But I cannot. I can.
Not today.
Cannot divulge it today. For now.
Okay. Let's go to your all-in-one approach. The company combines product, process, customer journey, and staffing for a complete franchise experience. Is this the key to the success of your franchisees?
Okay, so it's not about the product. Again, it's not about the product alone. We try to understand the journey of the customer from start to finish. Okay, most retail brands, most food service brands are happy that there are zero complaints, that there are no complaints for the day. But for us, it's just level 1. Okay? Zero complaints, stage 1. The second step there should be strategic surprises for a client or a customer. There should be strategic surprises.
Strategic
even small.
Surprises. What are these exactly?
They can be flexible promotions that you allow the staff to do, given that there's a budget for that already. But the intention there is to surprise clients and not just go through the day having zero complaints. I mean, some food service brands, they have a reverse thinking as well. They're thinking, okay, I'm preventing customer complaints. Okay, so they provide feedback forms, etc. But again, we take it a little bit differently. You don't stop there.
Right. Okay, and that is also a form of support for your franchisees, right? So what other kinds of support do you provide them?
The financials are one thing. We provide the systems, cash control, computerized accounting systems, the operational audits, mystery callers, mystery shoppers. Those are things that you need to put into that system so you maintain the quality for both the customer and for the franchisees. Essentially, it's a system, a process that you have to put in place.
Well, with these tailored concepts and support, how do you now ensure that innovation remains a key part of your strategy?
Chairman JM and his brother are very adept at creating new concepts. And they can source it from any country in the world. That's part of our ability. And that ability combined with our ability to expand or scale brands, it's a great combination. Yeah.
It's also experiencing, learning new stuff and going out there to see what they have, no?
That's one thing.
The other trends in the other countries.
Correct. That's another approach would be, once we ask them to develop a concept, we tell them specifically, a concept, not just a product. We'll tell them specifically, it has to be either new to the category, or new to the country, or new to the world.
Yeah.
At least that's what excites people. At the same time, solve a problem.
MSMEs need to innovate because it's a competitive world out there. We'll find out more about Global Taste Corporation when we return. Please stay tuned. back to the show. We're still with Jojo Ajero, Chief Growth Officer of Global Taste Corporation, with fast-growing brands B1T1 Coffee and Tammy Yogurt. Now, Jojo, looking ahead, what trends do you see shaping the food franchise industry, and how is the company preparing to adapt to these changes?
Okay, when it comes to trend, essentially, there are dozens of research that you can do trend spotting with. Okay, food taste, flavors, even colors to a certain extent. But branding and driving the products inside the mind of the consumer on the cultural side, not the commercial side, is what I think should be done for now for those brands. Because entrepreneurs and businessmen just take a look at the product and just copy and just push it. But it's more of building the brand so that it puts a brand inside the cultural folder of the public's mind, not just the commercial folder.
Okay, now please share with us some advice for entrepreneurs interested in franchising your brands, and why are these brands such great investment opportunities?
Yeah, people recognize and investors recognize B1T1 and Tammy as a great investment. The payback period is quite short, 7 months for a business. I mean, that payback is quite short. Some brands, the payback's around 2 years, 3 years. But what we have is relatively high margin, high demand. So the investors who go into this business, our business, experience this quite well.
Final question, are there any exciting brands or upcoming events in the pipeline? Something that you can share with us today?
Again, we have a lot of concepts coming up, but I'm not yet allowed to divulge it.
Not at liberty to say.
Embargo pa yun. Okay, but one thing's for sure, the brands that we have now, we're not just targeting the Philippines, we're targeting a global market. And the global market, it can be a replicator model. We will bring those brands where we see them fit, or we study each country and we try to create a new concept for those countries, which again we have done before with our various companies and former companies, and we can do that again.
Okay, please invite our viewers who may be interested to franchise their business.
Okay, so again, thank you for inviting us here. And what you have now is B1T1 Coffee, Tammy, frozen yogurt. They're great products, and they have a great mission as well. So if you ever intend to franchise these businesses, you can take a look at our website. You just type in Tammy, frozen yogurt, and B1T1 Coffee, and you'll see what we have for you.
Exciting times ahead for Global Taste Corporation. More power to you, and thank you, Jojo, for coming over.
Thank you too. Thank you.
And that's a wrap for today. We've taken a good look at how Global Taste Corporation is spicing up the food franchising game with their unique approach. Remember, in this business, it's all about innovation and connecting with your customers. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Join us again next time for more fresh insights right here on BNC, the Billionario News Channel.